Good morning, students. I am Lalita, Department of Chemistry. So, we are going to discuss 7th Chemistry, Chapter 4, Atomic Structure. In our previous session, we have discussed uses of separating funnel, how to separate the mixes by using the separating funnel, and how to separate the mixes by using more than one method, and the separations of chromatography method. In this session, we are going to discuss introduction of atoms, what are atoms, ancient view about atoms, Dalton's atomic theory, subatomic particles, and the structure of an atom. What is matter? Already you know the term matter. Anything which occupies space and has mass is called matter. Sugar, salt, sand, diamond, graphite, copper, silver, gold, iron, aluminium, wood, rocks, minerals, food, and fabrics also matter. So, you know the recipe laddu. This laddu is made by the small particle bundi. And then you know the recipe pori urundai. This pori urundai also made by the small particle pori. So, laddu is made up of the smallest particle of bundi. Like that, the pori urundai is made up of the smallest particles of pori. Like that, our matter also made up of the smallest particle of atoms. Did you go to the beach? Can you see the water and sand in the beach? Okay. Can you find out the sand particles, each sand particles easily? No, it is not possible. It is very minute small particle. Okay. So like that our atoms also very small particle. Our matter is also made up of the smallest particles of atom. Is it not possible to make the bacteria and the sand into much smaller particles? Like that the atom are very small, like that the sand particle, like that bacteria. Okay. So from this we conclude what is an atom. Our matter is anything that it takes a space and has mass is known as matter. And all matter is made up of small particles of atoms. These atoms are the building blocks of matter. How to our buildings are constructed by bricks. Like that, the matter is made up of atoms. Okay. So the atoms are building blocks of our matter. So these atoms are searched by many scientists. Okay. So the Baguda Katayama, Democritus, Leucippus, John Dalton, those scientists are research about the atoms. They give many ideas about the atoms. Our Indian scientist, that is a sage, like okay, Maharishi Kannad. He was the first conceptualized the idea that matter consists of indivisible units and it cannot be further divided into smaller particles. Okay, the Maharishi Kannad said that if we go on dividing the matter, we will get smaller and smaller particles of matter. Ultimately, we will get the smallest particles of matter which cannot be divided any further. So, based on his philosophy, Kannad was one of the first person to propose that matter is made up of very small particles. He called these particles Paramanu. Okay, he called the particles named as Paramanu. Okay, so he said that the Paramanu pervades the entire universe. So the Paramanu spread in all parts of our universe. Okay, wow. It cannot be destroyed and retain its original form under all situations. We cannot create or we cannot destroy the particles. It retains its original form under all situations. If we apply heat, if we apply cool, or if we apply light energy, it retains its original form only. It does not destroy it. Okay. He was one of the first person to give a clear picture about this concept. He is the Maharishi Kannad. He lived in 16th century. Okay. So from this we can conclude what are atoms. An atom is the smallest particle. Atoms are very reactive and do not exist in the free state. Only in inert gases the atoms are less reactive, does not react with other elements or the other atoms. Okay. So atoms are always very reactive and do not exist in the free state. It combine with atoms of the same element or different element. For example, oxygen atoms combine with oxygen atom. Hydrogen atoms combine with hydrogen atoms. Sometimes oxygen atom combine with hydrogen atom and hydrogen atom combine with chlorine atom, but they are not exist in free state. Always they combine with other atoms of the same element or different element, and then different element have different atoms. For example, iron atom have only iron atoms, copper element have copper atoms, chlorine element have chlorine atoms. So different element have different atoms. So Maharishi Kannad gives a clear idea about the Paramanu, that is the small particles atom. Then John Dalton called these particles by the name of atom. So the word atom means indivisible. He gave the clear idea about the atoms and he gave the one theory about this. Okay, so this is known as John Dalton's atomic theory. In his theory, he gave the idea about the atoms. All the matter is made up of very small particles called atoms. Atoms cannot be divided, and atoms can neither be created nor destroyed. And then all the atoms of the given element has same properties and the different element have different properties. In chemical reactions, atoms are combined, separated or rearranged but never changed into atoms of another element. He gives the idea about the atoms. Matter is made up of very small particles called atoms. Atoms cannot be divided. Then atoms can neither be created nor destroyed. And then atoms of the same element have same properties. For example, iron element has the same property. All atoms of the iron element has attract the magnet. Okay, and then gold has the shiny property. All atoms of the gold element has the shiny property. So or a given element has same property, different element has different properties. And then atoms are combined, separated or rearranged only in chemical undergoing the chemical reaction. Atoms are combined only or separated or rearranged but never changed into are atoms of the another element. The iron atom does not change into gold atom. The gold atom does not change into oxygen atom. Okay, then only they combine with other atom. Only they can separate it with other atoms. Only they rearrange their position only. This is the model of an atom. Okay, John Dalton put forward his atomic theory in year of 1808. But Dalton's atomic theory were not correct. For example, he was assumed the atom is indivisible. However, the study showed that atom can be further divided into fundamental particles called electrons, protons and neutrons. Okay, so the center part of the atom is known as nucleus. This nucleus contains proton and neutron, and then the electrons are revolving around the nucleus in the circular path. The circular path are known as orbit or shells. So these electrons are always in a moving with very speed. Okay, so the center part of the atom is known as nucleus. Neutrons and protons are occupied here. So nucleus is a small dense central portion of atom that is made up of protons and neutrons. And then the subatomic particles, proton, neutron, electron, it has the symbol, proton has the symbol P and it has the positive charge. It was located in the inside of the nucleus. And the neutrons are no charge, it has neutral, it has no charge. And then it is located inside of the nucleus. And the electrons are negative charge. It is located the outside of the nucleus. Okay, so from this, the subatomic particles position in atom are the central part of the atom is known as nucleus. The nucleus consists protons and neutrons. It containing almost all the mass of the atom. It containing almost all the mass of an atom because the protons and the neutrons are heavy particles. So almost all the mass of an atom is consisting in the nucleus. The electrons are orbiting outside the nucleus in the electron shells. And then the nucleus of an atom is very small. It is compared to the size of the atom. The nucleus of an atom is very small compared to the size of the atom. And then the electrons are moving in the electron shells or orbits or shells or energy levels. We call this energy levels. We call this orbit and also we call this shells. The electrons are always moving in the shells, moving in the energy levels around the nucleus, okay, with a high speed. These orbit shells are called as a K shell, L shell, M shell, N shell. That is the first shell, that is the first orbit or first shell is known as K shell. The second orbit or second shell is known as L shell. The third orbit or third shell is known as M shell. And then fourth orbit or fourth shell is known as N shell. Always the nucleus has the positive charge because the proton is containing it. Okay, so the nucleus has positive charge. In the orbit, it has the electrons, it has the negative charge. Okay, then the how many electrons are occupied in the energy levels? In the innermost, the first shell, second cell, third cell, fourth cell, that is the K shell, L cell, M shell, N cell. The K shell only has the 2 electrons, and then the L cell have 8 electrons, and then M shell have 18 electrons, then N shell have 32 electrons. How can we accommodate it? The maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in energy levels of the atom is given by the formula 2n squared, where n is the number of shells. Okay, n represents the number of that shell. For example, K shell. We conclude K shell containing 2 electrons. That is, we use the formula 2n squared. 2n square. N square means here n we represent n equal to 1. First shell. That is K shell. In first cell, we represent K shell. So the orbit number is 1. The orbit number is 1. 1 squared. 1 squared means 1 into 1, 1. 2 into 1, 2. So 2 electrons. Then the L shell. That is the second orbit. So second orbit means we put the for the n instead of n we can put a 2. Okay. So 2 squared. 2 squared means the number of shell is 2. 2 squared. 2 into 2 4. 4 into 2 8 electrons. Then the third shell, third orbit 3 squared. So 2 into 9 18. Then fourth shell. Okay, fourth orbit 4 squared. So 4 into 4 16, 2 into 16 32, 32 electrons. So from this formula we can conclude the accommodation of electrons in the energy levels. Okay. But atom, we know a proton has a positive charge and the electron has a negative charge. But atom is always electrically neutral. Why atom is electrically neutral? Because the number of proton is always equal to the number of electrons. We already know the proton charge is positive charge and the electron has a negative charge. So number of proton is equal to number of electron means the number of positive charge is equal to number of negative charge. So the atom is electrically neutral. So from this we conclude what is valence shell, valence electron and the atomic number. This is the atom. This is the nucleus of an atom. So this is the first shell, second cell, third cell. The closer, the near the shell near the nucleus is known as innermost cell. The shell or orbit nearest to the nucleus is known as innermost shell. And like the shell or orbit farthest from the nucleus is known as outermost shell. So, the outermost shell of an atom is called as valence shell. And then what is valence electrons? The electrons present in the outermost shell are known as valence electrons. What is atomic number? The number of protons present in an atom of an element is called the atomic number of the element. So here, what is the atomic number? Number of protons. How many atoms you can calculate it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and then 11. So atomic number of this atom is 11. How many valence electrons it containing? The outermost shell containing only one electron. So the valence electron in this atom is 1. Okay. From this we can calculate the atomic number and the valence electron. Okay students, hope all of you understood well. Try to answer these questions. Thank you students.